Good afternoon. I'm Casey Roloff, co-founder of Seabrook, and we are going to share with you our quarter 2 town updates. A lot of exciting things happening here at Seabrook, and for those of you who are following us, we want to share that with you. So we're going to get started. So first thing is our town center. It is our main event. We are in the middle of a major expansion. On the right-hand side here, you see us completing Pacific Landing, which has 3 new shops and a new restaurant, which is going to be the home of Coco's, our Latin restaurant. They're going to be doubling the size, and they're going to have a view that looks straight out at the ocean. It's going to be incredible. They are about to start all of their kitchen improvements and do the finishing of the space. But the buildings are all painted now, and they're ready for the tenants to start moving in and making their changes. But at the end of this town center completion, we are going to have one of the most beautiful main streets on the entire West Coast, and we hope you are going to follow this progress. This is actually showing our newest block, the Sunset District, and we've released 3 homes, 3 townhouses that have incredible panoramic views of the ocean from their living, kitchen, dining, and then a rooftop deck that also has a primary suite or a media room, however you want to configure it. There's 2 different options. We're actually taking a contract on one of those today, and we expect a lot of demand this summer for these properties. So again, those are the first 3 homes that we've released, but you can see we're about to develop that entire block. There's about 25 homes or 25 residences in the block, and then we will be doubling the amount of retail in the town center with both Pacific Landing and the Sunset District. It's going to be a very transformational 3 years as we build this out. Again, some more renderings looking at different angles. This is from the sales office, if you know where that is, looking kitty corner across the street. The wine bar would be to your right if you're familiar with Seabrook and you have been here. Again, you can see the new shops and restaurants going in, and then they're going to go up the street, which is Front Street, back to where the amphitheater is. But again, it's going to be a beautiful block, some really great architecture that was assimilated there. And then again, just showing you where this block is in the Sunset District. We actually saved the best for last. We intentionally left the largest block with the best views in the town center for our final release in Seabrook. Again, these are the 3 row houses or townhouses off to the right-hand side. These houses have garages, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and then again, the kitchen, living, dining, and that primary suite and rooftop deck have panoramic views of the ocean. They're really going to be special. This just kind of gives you a perspective when you're up in the lift. So we actually have a lift that we can take people up to show them what those views are like in the town center from those actual townhouses that we're selling right now. And then here's another, view from the rooftop or from the kind of the living, kitchen, dining area. And on the lower right there, you can see the interior model that's been developed. So this is virtual reality, but just showing how beautiful these spaces will be, the living, kitchen, and dining room. We also have some renderings of other rooms in the house, including the rooftop deck that might show up here. I can't remember if they were added or not, but if you're interested, please reach out. And then we're also we just broke ground on this small inn that is across from the town hall. You can see frontages off there to the left, and in that lower left screen, you can see where Growler's Alley used to be, and that's where this new building is going in. This will have ground floor retail, and then it's actually a 9-bedroom, 9.5 bath inn that people can rent the entire space for corporate retreats, weddings, big family reunions. This will be an incredible location, of course, being right in the middle of the town center, across from the town hall, again, for major events and weddings, corporate retreats. So also some new retail coming to town. We already talked about Coco's relocation. We have a new apothecary coming in, also on that street. Base Camp is already moved in, kind of doing a soft opening on the corner. And then we also have another space that we're about to release. We don't have the lease yet, but we will be announcing that very shortly. So this whole block will fill out very quickly. And then we also have Soulful moving in, which is right adjacent to the wine bar. This is kind of a jewelry, accessories for both women and men. And then we also have Bellwether Cafe that will have avocado toast and yummy things in the morning, and also coffee, teas, and so forth. This is going to be a great addition because if you stood in line at Vista, we need some more options. And so actually Vista is opening the Bellwether Cafe to really cater to their customers and get them moving through the line more quickly. So we're really excited, and of course it'll be their handmade sourdough and their breads from the bakery fresh every single day. And so again, we're in the middle of a $150 million expansion. It started with our grocery store, our new saltwater year-round pool, sauna and hot tub, and the whole gym area that we opened up. But that's just the beginning. Pacific Landing was the next large block, next big investment, and then the Sunset District. And then we have a $30 million fund from the state that is building a brand new school just less than a mile away from Seabrook. So we're going to start seeing young families moving into town that want to raise their families as these critical pieces of infrastructure come into town. This has been a place where people are just vacationing primarily, and then of course we have our early adopters like myself that have lived here and without a grocery store and a lot of these things for all these years. But this is a place that's about to shift from just being a vacation place to a place that people say, I want to live there full time. There's now a medical center, there's now a school, there's now a community center, there's a grocery store. All these amenities make it more livable, and people that have been dreaming about living in a walkable neighborhood and a bikeable neighborhood, Seabrook is going to be that answer for a lot of people. Now shifting into Fernwood, this is our most active neighborhood right now. You can see these beautiful lupin blooming right up against one of our largest parks in Seabrook. Fernwood offers so much because it is right up against our mountain bike trails and about a 25-mile trail system that goes through the Seabrook properties. And so for people that are a little more outdoorsy, a little more adventurous, this is a really great neighborhood for you. But also you can hop on a bicycle or an electric bike, and you can be right in the town center in 2.5 minutes. It's about a 10 to 15 minute walk into town, but again, very easy on a bike. And again, that's how a lot of people are getting around now. We're seeing electric bikes going all over the place now. Now this is Fernwood Station. This is our cottage neighborhood, our smallest cottage neighborhood. This has the new cafe there right in the center. That will be a cafe and a bike shop, and that will be owned and run by the people from Base Camp. And they're going to be doing bike rentals and bike repair, kayak rentals, all sorts of outdoor activities, a kids club. They have a lot in store for this Fernwood neighborhood. And then you can see a lot of our amenities program, a skim pool, bocce ball, ping pong, cornhole, all of that fun stuff right there on that corner. This will be the heartbeat of the Fernwood neighborhood, and we can't wait to open the doors here later next year. You can see some of the homes that are still available in Fernwood Station. Those will not last through this summer. All the other homes there are sold and mostly closed. They're just doing the finishing touches on those houses. But if you're someone that wants to get your foot in the door in Seabrook, these cottages are a great way to get your foot in the door. Again, showing a little more of a zoom in of this neighborhood. We've got 1-bedroom cottages. We also have 2-bedroom cottages. This is, again, a great way to enjoy Seabrook, and also a lower budget way to get into Seabrook. But you still have all of the amenities, the town center, all the trails. You get to have that entire Seabrook experience just with a smaller budget. So also going from the smallest cottages to our largest home sites that we've developed in Fernwood. These are our garden lots. These lots or home sites are designed to allow for larger houses or small compounds where you can have a main house, maybe even a couple small cottages or ADUs on the property. You could have an outdoor pool. We just across the street here, we just sold our first house with an outdoor pool and a hot tub that was built in, a ground, built in the ground pool, and it sold almost immediately. For someone that's going to put their house in the rental program, we see the swimming pool being a huge advantage to increase occupancy and then, of course, nightly rates. But again, these garden home sites look straight out at our largest park, which is Fernwood Park, and those lupins that I was just showing you are directly across the street there. And you can see the first house that went in to the far right, and you can see another new house going in there in the back where those there's some clearing going on and so those piles of dirt. This is actually the house that just recently sold with the pool and the hot tub, and they actually built a little pool cottage in the back there to entertain guests and friends and family, but also has sleeping quarters in there. And then, of course, the main house. And I mean, that was on the market for just 2 or 3 days and sold. This is showing it a little more in progress. You can see that pool going in, the main house, and then the pool house. And then you can see those garden home sites right across the street with the large hedge going around. So these garden lots are designed to have these taller hedges that wrap around the lots so that you can actually have really nice gardens inside, a little more wind protected, and yeah, just a really beautiful space. This is showing an example of someone that just purchased a lot and then built a little guest house behind. And this homeowner, actually, they're about to start their main house. They built this 2 or 3 years ago. But when you are thinking about purchasing in Seabrook, you don't have to come in and buy the whole enchilada. You can actually just, if the house is not built on the lot, you can come in, just buy the lot, and then maybe next year you build the guest house, and then maybe 2 years down the road you build the main house. So it allows you to kind of stair step your way in to ownership here, and not just buy everything all at once. So if you're someone that's thinking about it more incrementally, maybe you're close to retirement, or you have a payday coming up, those kinds of things, this is a great time to secure a lot, and then in the future start to incrementally build a home. These are just showing some of the variety of homes available in the Fernwood district. The Bluebell is our, again, smallest one-bedroom cottage. The Honeycomb, just above that, is on one of the garden home sites, so a really large lot. And then if you look over to the left-hand side, the Wicker is an amazing plan because that's a multi-generational house. It's actually a main house designed with a ground floor ADU, so your mom or your grandmother could actually move in, or someone that wants to live, adjacent to you but not in the house. They're able to, again, live right there. So this is a house that and a lot that actually also accommodates a carriage house. So you can have the main house, you can have the ADU that has its own kitchen and living and dining spaces and a bedroom. But then you can also add an ADU above the garage or a small apartment above the garage. Just showing you different ways that people can live in Seabrook. And this is just showing, again, all of our 730 acres that we own, and showing the future villages. But we are focused on completing Seabrook right now. We're about 85% complete, and finishing the town center is what's going to really put the cherry on top of Seabrook, and we'll also be able to eliminate all the construction traffic coming through the center of our town. But this slide is actually focused on the Schultz farm. So we're taking all the compost from our town center right now and bringing that to the farm, and they're growing vegetables, and we'll be selling it back to the restaurants and the grocery store. So the Schultz family is building this beautiful farm that's already in the making, and this is going to be a real destination within Seabrook. It's a regenerative farm, and again, it's surrounded by open space and this DNR trail system. Again, just showing the ways people are getting around Seabrook. So many innovative ways to ride a bike now. If you haven't been on an electric bike, they are a blast. I'll be honest, I was kind of against it in the beginning. I kind of want everybody to pedal their bike, especially my kids. But as an adult, if you're picking up groceries or you're carting around kids, this is just a great way to move around the town because our streets are designed for people and pedestrians and bicycles first. And it's a very safe way to ride your bicycle through town. So these electric bikes are, again, very popular and a growing trend here. And then, of course, we've got our mountain bike trails, which is on the DNR property. These are a lot of fun. These are trails actually on our property. So we have about 25 miles of trails and pathways for all different levels, all different skill levels, from beginner to advanced, like the ones you're seeing right now, the jumps and the berms and all of that fun stuff. And then just if you've been following Seabrook and if you've spent time in Seabrook, it really clicks when you spend time here, the benefits of walkability. Most people that come here, they're not used to living in a really truly walkable neighborhood. Just because your neighborhood has sidewalks doesn't mean that it is walkable. You need to have shops, restaurants, amenities, parks, public spaces, all within walking distance to meet friends and family and to just connect with a neighbor you wouldn't have even thought you would meet. This is where you have these chance encounters with your neighbors and you just connect on a very casual, relaxed basis. It's not awkward. It doesn't feel funny. This is what built the strongest communities. When we design these more compact, walkable neighborhoods with narrow streets and public spaces throughout the towns, that's what really created strong communities, and we're just bringing that back. And once you've had it, you don't want to go back to that suburban lifestyle because it is so easy to get around, and you look at your watch later in the day, it's like, wow, I walked 15,000 steps and didn't even really think about it. That's why walkable communities are not just great for meeting neighbors, but they're also great for our health and just wellness overall. This is showing our new saltwater pool, and this has been a big hit. This is open year-round, and you can see the farm district off in the distance there. But thank you for taking the time today to learn about Seabrook and get an update on our second quarter for 2025. So many exciting things happening out here. If you haven't been out here, we encourage you to get out here. If you're someone that maybe was out here 3 or 4 years ago, you'll be really surprised with the changes that have happened. And if, again, you're someone new, reach out to us, let us know you're coming out. We'd love to schedule a tour with you and just show you around our town and what makes it special. So thanks for taking the time. You guys all have a great week, and we'll hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye.